This episode is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform for building a cool-looking and professional website. Even though I'm on vacation, it doesn't mean I'm leaving you without a video. I want to address everyone's fear. You want to buy a home in southern Italy, but you're afraid you're going to be stranded. With no access to hospitals, train stations, supermarkets, civilization. Yes, I read your comments. Well, today I'm doing something different, and it may be the first and last time that I do it. Forget the cinematic Baroque monuments. Today, in Nardò, Puglia, I'm showing you the practical part of town to prove it's not the Wild West. And naturally, we're touring two of the most amazing dream homes for sale that I could find. Andiamo. Nardò, my favorite town in Salento, population 30,000. And what a historic center. But let's take a step outside that center to see what they don't show you on YouTube. So one of the first things that everybody asks me on my videos in terms of practical questions is, where are the hospitals? Where are the doctor's office? This is the hospital of Nardò. It's not a huge hospital, but it is a big hospital. I've actually used it. They have an ER. It was fast, it was smooth, it was easy to use. And that's where we're starting off the tour on this avenue. We're at the hospital. And yes, there are also pharmacies scattered throughout Nardò, at least 10 of them. But let me show you what else is here. On this street, we're outside the historical center. And I know I show lots of cinematic historical places, but I wanted to show you some practical things here on this afternoon walk. First thing is that Nardò has a bicycle path. It's a pretty good network. You can turn that way, and that brings you to a couple of parks. One is called the Parco Rao, which is a very nice botanical garden where they have kids' activities. There's the Unieuro down this way. Let me see if I can get a shot of that. Now it is 1:30 in the afternoon, and that means there aren't a lot of people out. So as everybody went in to start having lunch, I decided it was time to go out and start filming. And that's why you're not seeing people around. I think what a lot of you viewers might not realize is that in Italy there are rhythms, especially in southern Italy. And a lot of that has to do with the heat, the sun, but it's also culture. This is the Unieuro. You can see even them closed. So what is the opening hours? That's right, 9 to 1, and then it reopens at 4, closes at 8. That's a common schedule. You actually see even more common that they'll reopen at 5 in the evening and then close at 9 at night. So they'll do 4 or 5 hours in the morning and 4 or 5 hours in the afternoon after a long 3-hour break. Our next topic of discussion is banks. And oh boy, does Nardò have banks. I think it has to be up there as one of the highest amount of banks per capita. And it's funny, there is this phenomenon of banks having a cafe next door, as if you could make an outing out of going to an ATM. And then there's the post office, which, don't forget, is also a bank. So the next thing that people always ask about are the transport links, if the town has a railway station leading to more popular destinations and transport hubs. And Nardò does. It's precisely 5 to 10 minutes outside of the historic center. It's here behind me, and it takes you to Lecce in around 40 to 50 minutes, I think, by train. Nardò is very well linked to other locations, so it's about 50 minutes to the Brindisi airport by car, 20 minutes to Lecce if you go by car, 5 to 10 minutes from the shoreline, and you're right on a main road going up towards the rest of Italy mainland, but also to the most southern part of Salento. So this is the train station. I know these are all things that you can research on Google and see yourself, but it obviously gives a different impression when you're seeing it in person with somebody who you know right in front of it. So this is the train station of Nardò. It has a train station. And also getting to it is a very easy walk, because most of the walk, you do have the cycle path, but most of it does end up being in the shade of a beautiful avenue going right to the historical center. Very convenient. And you can't just eat out at every meal. You also need to do groceries. Yep, Nardò has supermarkets of different sizes and brands in every neighborhood as well. Now it's also nice to have little neighborhood supermarkets scattered throughout the city. And that's something Nardò has. This one, for example, is Kraj. They're right at the gates of the historic center. What I love about supermarkets in Italy is the fresh produce section. Seasonal fruit is always at the front. And now that it's summer, watermelon is everywhere. So good. I know many of you watching are planning a move to Italy, and quite a few of you are freelancers, business owners, or digital nomads. If that's you, having a professional online presence is one of the best ways to attract new clients. That's where today's sponsor, Squarespace, comes in. One of the things I really like about Squarespace is that you don't need any web design experience to create a great-looking website. Their Blueprint AI feature guides you through the setup process one step at a time. It helps build a site that's designed around your business, with the tools and features that make it easy for your clients to connect with you. The end result is a website that's both practical and visually impressive. From there, you can make it your own by selecting different fonts and color schemes, or simply dragging and dropping your own images into the design. And if you want to sell products online, Squarespace also gives you everything you need to launch and manage a complete online store. So head to squarespace.com/JustDreamItaly for a 14-day free trial, and when you're ready to launch your website or domain, use my code JustDreamItaly to get 10% off your purchase. All right, so we're beginning this tour in Piazza La Rosa. It's this beautiful little square in the historical center of Nardò. And it's a square which has been here for quite a while. And that's evidenced by the architecture that we're seeing around. These are typical 16th century, 17th century palazzi in a Salentino style, which have characteristics that you can immediately see represent that style. So almost Baroque balconies, the beautiful wrought iron going around them. This isn't the property we're going to see, but I just wanted to show you the context that it's inserted in. Beautiful open windows up there. And this is space for parking, but also has some nice green areas here. Now, the property that I'm going to show you is in this building right next to that one. So you can see there's a balcony upstairs. The property that I'm going to show you is the downstairs one. So this is a small alleyway which brings you, if you keep on going straight, go to the right, it brings you to the piazza with the cathedral. And a lot of these buildings do belong still, I think, to the diocese, to the church. And they're all old historical buildings in like a really cute but really calm area of the historic center of Nardò. So this is the entrance into the property. And it is a courtyard, an internal courtyard, which is something very typical here in Salento. Historically, they made courtyards like these to control the temperatures within the residences. So you have an open space which has lots of shade, blocking out the sun coming up from above in the warm summer days. So you can go out, you can sit outside and not be too hot at the same time. These are stairs going up to the neighbor's property. I'm going to try to show you all sides of each and every one of the rooms, and out the windows, and all the bathrooms like you guys always request in the videos. This time I want to show you everything. And this leads us into the property. So these are the doors leading into the property we're going to be seeing. $420,000 is the asking price. 120 square meters of living space on the inside, plus around 60 meters of a garden. So when you walk in, you have what is the dining room, kind of entrance room. And you can see the floors are these brand new kind of sandy cement floors, which are kind of in vogue here in Salento. They lend themselves very well to these kind of like rocky style architecture with the vaults. Those are lights. It looks like they're flickering, but that's just because it's not in coordination with the rate that the camera's filming. So that's a technical thing. You actually don't see that in person. There's the entrance on this side. There's heating. There's air conditioning on all of the, throughout the property. In here is the kitchen. So it's a galley-style kitchen. Very nicely done. We have these kind of cement-style countertops. This is an induction stovetop. Beautiful little oven there. I love the style. They've incorporated faucets that maintain the same color palette with copper and black. And the backdrop to that are these recovered cementina tiles, which give some personality to the space within this little arch. Really gorgeous. The sink itself is also very big. Show you around this way. You may be asking, well, what is this window looking out onto? Let me show you what it is, because it's another special aspect of the property. There's a fresco from the 1600s, which was uncovered at a certain point. This is an amazing thing about the homes that you find here in southern Italy, throughout Italy, but really in Salento, I don't know why, there's kind of an excess of enthusiastic discoveries that you can make while renovating properties is an fresco. So the reason would be that if a painter, somebody who is painting in one of the churches doing a commission work, wants to practice, they'll be practicing on their own home. Or sometimes, you know, somebody will find them working in the church and say, oh, can you paint something in my home? And then they'll do like a private commission for somebody in their home. They're just the little stories which are lost in time. You never really know what the origin of these are. Come back inside now. These are ceilings which are about 5.5 meters tall. And originally they thought that this structure, these are star vaulted ceilings, this would have been perhaps a chapel at some point. So now we come in through these double doors to the biggest space of the property. And this is where your living room is going to be. Characterized by the revealed stone on the walls, but also this really big monumental star vaulted ceiling. I'm in love with Salentino architecture. You don't see homes like this all throughout Italy. This is really just a peculiarity of this area. And you can see they've made a little fireplace in the middle, which will be extremely pleasant. In the winter months, you can have a nice fire going. It does get cooler here in the winter months, so it's nice to have some touches like that. On this back wall, you can see they've installed glass, letting in plenty of light. Also, the light fixtures on the columns is a nice little touch as well. Beautiful revealed. This is pietra leccese stone on the walls. This is a stone from the area, pietra leccese, because from the area of Lecce. And it's known for being kind of porous and easily sculpted. So it was used very commonly in civil constructions, but also in monumental architecture throughout the town and throughout this whole area. So you'll see a lot of the monuments in Nardò and in Lecce especially. It's almost a city with this color palette because it's all in this stone. So we'll look this way. You can see these are the radiators. This is just a little closet with some shelves. And here on this side is where we have bathroom number 1. Toilet, sink, you can put a shower there. This is actually in pietra leccese as well, this little sink. And below the stairs is where you would be putting, in my opinion, the washer dryer. Take you around here this way, show you the bedroom. So this is the main bedroom. As you can see, lots of light being let in. So same, you have a window up top and a door where you can walk in and out of, and I'll show you where that leads you. Ceilings are the same in this room, and yeah, there's the bed. There's outlets on either side of the bed because it's modern. It's not like an old building where you're missing places to charge your various electronics, cell phones and things like that. So this is the space. I'll bring you back to I'll show you the garden at the end. I'll show you what we have here first. This is a little greenhouse, green walkway. This leads you into that garden, but before I bring you to the garden, I'll show you what we have here. Bedroom number 2. Revealed stone on the walls. These are wooden ceilings with some nice beams. Really big window, which you can open vertically or horizontally. Or apparently just vertically. So it opens like this. I only see one set of hinges on it. And this also has a bathroom. So this is unique. You can use this to shower. So I don't think there's not a toilet in here, but you do have a nice shower. So even, I mean, can be a bedroom, let's say, but you can even turn this into like I think a little spa area. If you only need one bedroom in your home, turn this into a spa, but it does have AC. And let me show you now the highlight of this home, because you have 120 square meters of space on the inside, but you also have a 60 square meter garden. And that's not something you should be taking for granted in a historical center in a town in Italy. And it is gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. You have some space here for storage, but it's a warm day out. And I can tell you that when you're under the green of the plants in a garden like this, you do not feel the heat as much. I think these are orange trees, maybe these are lemons. They're not yet ripe, so I can't tell you that those are winter fruits. And there's that little lighthouse walkway. You can see from the back how it is. This is the structure above, so there is that apartment above. And the bedroom over here this way. So beautiful little walkway. I'll take you all the way around just to show you where it ends. There's the window from that other bedroom. And on this back wall, you have this beautiful stone from the area. So this is, my friends, house number 1. It's a beautiful one. Let's go see now house number 2. This is the second property that we're seeing today, and it's this full kind of complex. This whole white building here in front of me has various entrances, 1, 2, 3, and 4 going all the way down. Regarding the criteria, it's 285,000 euros is the asking price, 150 square meters of space on the inside, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a terrace, and just a beautiful historical property, which you can already see by that window up top. So the property goes all the way down this way. We're in the area behind the cathedral, so in a really historical part of the historical center. These towns are all of very old origins, pre-Roman origins, Nardò. This is a beautiful fresco like we saw on that other property, but this one right on the facade. And this just a testimony to how beautiful this area is and how much history is tucked into every corner, every facade, every doorway even. So this will be the main entrance. I'll take you in through here and I'll walk you through all of the different spaces. So let's say if this is the main entrance, it brings you into this area, which you can either go upstairs or you can go to the right. It does have a nice little fireplace here in the middle. And the floors, these very nice tile floors. It's a home which is turnkey, so you don't have to do much to it. Beautiful kind of travertine stone on the stairs going up. Here's a better look at that fireplace. Not bad. And just kind of a view here of this side of this little room. A nice arch leading you into the rest of the space. Walking in this way, we have what's currently being used as a bedroom. Now, you're obviously free to structure the property as you want, but this is a property which has different articulations, let's say. So since you have so many doors coming in from the outside, it renders itself very divisible. So you can divide it into separate units if you wanted to rent it out, or you can use it the way you see fit. Now this also has revealed stone here. This is a beautiful vaulted ceiling, a barrel vault on this one. Barrel vaults usually indicate buildings which are older than buildings that have star vaults, which are more of the 1700s, 1800s, and even beginning of the 1900s. You can still build homes with star vaults. Now there are plenty of constructors who still have this knowledge of how to build star vaults. So I'm just showing you here all of the space. On this side, this is a closet space, storage space, and it brings you into this other room. Now, as you can see, each of them have a door leading to the outside, so it can be closed off, it can be made independent. This is a very large space, and because the ceilings are so high, they've taken advantage and they've mezzanine it. Made a mezzanine and turned this into a bedroom. Nice arch here as well. There's AC in each one of these rooms. We're in the summer, so having AC is a nice to have. Do not take for granted in Italy that homes will have AC, because it's not something you should take for granted. Not everybody has AC. It also has heating. So you can see the walls. You have radiators on all the walls. In the comments below, let me think. What do you think of this style of tour? More spontaneous with two angles. Trying this one out to see what your reactions are. If it's fun making the videos this way too. I'm always trying to improvise and innovate and create different ways of doing things. So this is where you have the washing machine points. This is where you have the bathroom. Italian bathrooms always have bidet and toilets, one right next to the other. Heated towel rack. So really nice tiles on the walls here on this one. Beautiful renovation. A nice torrential rain style shower, but if you wanted to, you can also take this and wash with your hand. And it's not over yet. We keep on going down, all the way down. And this is a beautiful room because you have these arches with these really old decorations on them. Let me show you the whole space. So this is a dining room. This is that door. And I think at this point we're right under that fresco on the facade. Here they've revealed the pietra leccese stone, which the building is obviously constructed of. And the kitchen corner. So there's this door, and this is a space that doesn't have anything in it at the moment, but it does look into the kitchen. You have this nice, high, very stylish radiator on the wall, and on this side, the kitchen. Beautiful illumination. It has a induction stovetop with 2 spots. And the sink, very nice sink. And faucet as well. So this is a unit. This can be an independent unit, and you can have another independent unit if you wanted to. That's the benefit of this home. It's articulating it. You can close it off, you can add things on. You can close it off at a certain point and not another point. I think they're technically 2 different properties. And we're back to where we started, point number 1. So I will now bring you up the stairs and show you what's upstairs, because we have not finished yet. We still have this level, which is kind of a half floor. We haven't reached the top yet, but you can see there's heating and it's another bathroom. You have a shower in the corner. Plenty of light being let in from up top there. And I always love it when you put sliding doors on bathrooms, because you don't have the door which pushes in and blocks a toilet or comes out and is awkward. If you can install a sliding door in front of the bathroom, you should always do that. Take you out this way. Like I said, there's a rooftop terrace. There's a window looking out. I will show you this view, guys. Of course, I will show you the view. This is where we came up from, this little square. It was also nice, you know, obviously if this is your home, you have a parking spot right out front. You would ask for the permission to bring your car into the historical center, and you can park it right in front of your house. And you have this really huge living space still. So you think, oh, there's so much space downstairs, and in the end, no, you have another independent home upstairs. And it is a complete kitchen. This one has a gas stove top with 4 burners. You have the sink, washing machine, AC. This is a fridge. They're inbuilt, so the fridges are inbuilt to the cabinets here. And yeah, space for sofas, space to eat. It's really nice. It's really nice, really big. 150 square meters total for the space. Let me bring you outside now and show you this rooftop terrace, which is splendid. So you can see it's in great shape. It's been maintained spectacularly. Everything is almost looks like it was freshly painted. And just lots of space. The property ends here. So these stairs, this is closed off. That's another property, but they were renovated together, I believe. This is the that square down below. Looking that way. And I'll take you around here, show you what you look down onto. That is the cathedral. So that's the main cathedral of Nardò that we're right behind. And we have the gardens of the palace of the bishop. And I'm pretty sure there's a convent there too, so it's tended to by the convent. And that's the whole palace of the bishop. So in front of that is the Piazza della Cattedrale, Piazza del Duomo. And so we're really just right around the corner from that. And 100 meters further down, you have Piazza Salandra. So you're in the most historical central part of Nardò. And you can even get higher. You can even have a better, more panoramic view from up top, because this terrace is also yours. It's always so interesting when you're on these terraces in these towns in Salento, because you have a whole nother view onto the city. The city takes on a whole different life with people kind of living in an alternate universe on their rooftops, different plans, different sites and styles of living. And so this is house number 2, guys. This is a special one.